In November, Canon issued an apology saying, hey, sorry, we can't fulfill your orders as quickly as we'd like. And that was for the Canon EOS R7 and the R6 Mark II. Well, Canon just issued an update and added another popular camera to the list. Can you guess which one it is? Details coming up, but first, please do me a huge favor. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to this channel, choose all notifications, like, comment, and all that good stuff, as it really does help this channel grow. Sorry for teasing you like that, so let's get right to the answer. The popular camera that Canon's having trouble fulfilling orders for right now is the Canon EOS R8, along with the Canon EOS R7, the R6 Mark II, and several lenses. And in Canon's own words, we have received more orders than expected for the following products, and due to the global supply of parts, delivery delays are occurring. We apologize for any inconvenience caused to our customers and business partners. So along with the Canon EOS R6 Mark II, the R7, which I think we got, wasn't it back in May or June that we got the announcement of that camera or the release of that camera, along with the Canon EOS R10. So we've got the R6 Mark II, and of course the recently announced Canon EOS R8 was just announced last Wednesday, a very popular camera, a camera that I think has been nicely segmented at $14.99. We also have the RF L-Series 135mm lens, the 400mm, and of course the nicely affordable 800mm, was it f5.6? Yep, f5.6, they're all image stabilized USM, and of course the Speedlight EL5. And this delay is a pretty big deal, big enough that Canon would put out a special communication on it. We're not talking about a couple of hours, a couple of days, we're probably talking weeks and months. And because Canon won't share any information with us, well, we have no way of knowing if it's really because of parts. Maybe what's going on in China, there's, well, difficulty getting certain parts and components to be able to complete these products. And it's not that there's more demand, it's just, well, they just don't have the parts. Something similar that Nikon's going ahead or dealing with the Nikon Z8, the Z6 Mark III, and the Z7 Mark III. Or as Canon has suggested, the number of pre-orders for this camera, the Canon EOS R8, have greatly exceeded expectations. If you look at the reviews of this camera, the consensus is this is a good solid camera. At $14.99, Canon really hasn't crippled it. The video modes are very good, the stills modes are very good, and yes, there are some caveats. It doesn't have IBIS, it has a single SD card slot, and it's limited to 6 frames per second in the electronic first curtain mode versus around 40 frames per second in pure electronic. But if you look at this camera as, well, aimed at a hobbyist, which is where it's segmented at, it's looking pretty good. It's a pretty solid camera, so I do believe that Canon is receiving an awful lot of pre-orders for this camera, and it's back-ordered, but I wouldn't be surprised if what's going on in China is also affecting production, getting those parts and components, no matter where it's manufactured, whether it's manufactured in Japan or elsewhere. We're in a global marketplace where parts are being sourced from all over the world. Your popular camera will have parts from Japan, from Germany, from Canada, the United States, China, Taiwan, and the list goes on. So if you pre-ordered the Canon EOS R8 last week, or maybe even the R7, and you're still waiting for the R6 Mark II, well, just be aware that you might have to wait several more weeks or even a few more months. And what I recommend doing in the meantime is just sit back and watch some of the reviews and, you know, get out and shoot with what you currently have. It will come, it will arrive. Time marches on quicker than anybody. I'm just amazed at, you know, here I am at 53 and how quickly time goes by. So don't worry, your cameras will show up pretty quickly. And if regardless of Canon's notice, you're still interested in purchasing some new camera bodies and lenses, whether it be the R6 Mark II, the Canon EOS R8, the R7, the R10, the 135mm, the expensive 800mm f5.6, or even the 400mm f2.8, or perhaps a Sony, the Alpha 1, the A7R5, the Panasonic S5 Mark II, please consider using my affiliate links down below for B&H or Amazon.com, and please subscribe and choose all notifications. It's a good way to stay up to date on all the major camera news and rumors for all the major camera models and all the major camera brands. And for everything else, all the minor camera news and rumors, consider following me on Twitter. That's where I put out all the latest news and rumors that aren't big enough to have their own separate video. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourself a great week, and we'll see you again soon.